Welcome to Creative Piano Academy with me, Joseph Sikora, for a Halloween special where today we're looking at 3 ways you can create some tension and some fear in your piano playing. Let's go! Yes, today we're looking at 3 ways we can... that's enough of that. Hang on a second. Much better. Now, fun fact, I actually did that using the flashlight on my phone, but you guys knew that anyway. You guys knew that. So yes, it's Halloween. It's a good time to bond with the family, bond with the kids, and just generally have a good bit of fun. So I thought I'd give you a few ways you can scare the living bejesus out of your kid. I'm only joking. I'm going to give you 3 ways you can create some scary, spooky kind of sounds on the piano. First, I'm going to show you the Hitchcock chord, because he used it in the film Psycho. Secondly, I'm going to show you a 2-chord sequence with a twist. And finally, I'm going to show you a slightly more difficult 4-chord sequence. Now remember, this channel is all about simple techniques to get you playing better piano. Sounds good? You know what to do. Smash that subscribe button and that little bell thingy next to it, so you know when I upload new videos. So here are 3 ways you can create some scary, spooky kind of sounds on the piano and generally just have loads of fun. So let's get going. Okay guys, it's Halloween and I hope you're in the mood for some scary sounding piano music. The truth is, we want to think about what does scary actually mean from a musical point of view. And for me, it means creating this sense of uncertainty and tension and generally creating this soundscape of uneasiness, which makes us feel something. And in this video, I want to show you 3 ways we can do this. The first way being what's called the Hitchcock chord, or what's famously known as the Hitchcock chord because he used it in his film Psycho. It's written by a guy called Bernard Herrmann. Sounds like this. It just immediately makes me go, ugh. So there's a little bit of music chord theory I want to go over in order to show you how to build this chord, which will really serve you well for the rest of the video as well. So what we'll do is we'll start with our root note, which in this case is a C, and every single time we move up a note or down a note like this, using the black notes and the white notes, we move up or down in semitones, okay? Semitones or half steps. You might have heard it called half steps as well. So we start with our root, which is the C, and we want to move up from that C in what's called a minor third. Now a minor third is just 3 semitones up from that C. So we'll count up 1, 2, 3 semitones, okay? So that's our next note in the chord. So we'll play those 2 together. After that, from here, from this E flat, we want to move up a major third. And a major third is 4 semitones up. So we'll count up from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So from here we've got minor third, 1, 2, 3, and then we've got a major third, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that might sound familiar to a few of you because it's a very common, just a normal minor chord. So remember that because that's going to come in really useful later on. Now, so that's how we build a minor chord. What we want to add to this is a major third on top of this one. So here we'll start off with the G. We'll go up another major third, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 4 semitones, and we'll add that in as well. So we get this. Okay, so that's how we build it. We've got root note, minor third, major third, like this. Now there's a few different ways we can play this. We can either play it really nice and softly, like this. Just moving up and down those notes. Or we can just nicely just play the chord in full. Or we can use a stabby rhythm like this. Really nice in what's called staccato. Speed it up. Now one little trick that I like to do with this is instead of playing it like this, starting on the C, we can take these 4 notes that we've got and we can reorder them so that we start on the E flat and then we put the C up here. Now the reason I like that is because the B and the C, which are a semitone apart from each other, immediately sound like they've got a lot of dissonance about them. When you play 2 semitones together, it does have that tension, that dissonance. And so when you play those together, I just think that just adds to that tension, which I think sounds really cool. You can play it up higher, or we could even play it with strings, like this. So another little layer to this is not only can you play it on the piano, but you can bring in other instrumentation and layer it up, and there's a whole world of things to explore there. But before we move on, one last thing I forgot to mention is in the left hand, all I'm doing is I'm playing a C, like this, C octaves. Okay, if you can't span an octave yet, don't worry about it, just play a single C, like this, like this. So that's with octaves, or we can just play a single C. Okay, so what you can do is, you know, you can turn all the lights off in the house, just light a candle or something, and then when your kids walk in, just immediately, you know, if you're into that kind of thing. So for the second thing I want to show you, we're going to take things a little bit further and use the concept of taking something that we're familiar with and then kind of reversing it a bit and turning it into something that is unexpected, that we're not really used to hearing. So in this case, we're going to take a normal chord progression. A normal 2-chord progression would be an A minor chord to an F chord, like this. Normal, simple, standard chords in the key of C. It's a chord 6 and a chord 4. Okay, but instead of playing this 4th chord as a major chord, we'll swap it for a minor chord, okay? Like this. So immediately, if I now play these 2 chords, it sounds uneasy. It sounds like we don't expect that, okay? So this really lends itself to creating a nice sort of subtle background soundscape. So we could play something like this, really nice and softly. So all I'm doing here, putting the pedal down, and I'm just slowly moving up those triads like this. Root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th. And the reason why I wanted to pay attention to the how we build our chords is because these 2 minor chords, you can work out how to do this anywhere on the keyboard now, because if we start off with an A, we just build up a minor 3rd, and then a major 3rd. So minor 3rd is 3 semitones, half steps, and then a major 3rd above that is 4 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get this. Same down here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can either, if you want to play this really nice and I hesitate to use the word easy because it might not be easy for you, that's absolutely fine. But what you can do is just gently put the pedal down and just play the chords like this. And then when you get used to that, break them up. Okay? You could use different inversions, so we could start here. A different first inversion F minor. Another little trick. In my left hand, I'll move down semitones like that. So you can have fun with that. Just keep that going like that. So you can play around with that, creating that bit of a sense of uneasiness. The third thing I want to show you builds upon that, and it takes it a little bit further, makes it a little bit more complicated. But I think I wanted to show you this in case a few of you have got a bit of experience as well. I think it sounds really cool. What we're going to do is we're going to start out with a normal C minor chord here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to build our chords going down in minor thirds. Now what I mean is, if we start off with a C minor chord like this, and remember how to build our chords, this is really important. Minor 3rd, major 3rd. What we're going to do is, we'll take our left hand here, and we'll find our root by moving down a minor 3rd. So let's go 1, 2, 3. So our next chord is going to build on the root note of the A. So let's play an A minor chord. Okay, so that's simple enough. We've got 1, 2, 3, that's a minor 3rd, 1, 2, 3, 4, major 3rd. Okay, So immediately you can move between these two chords. It's similar to before, but not quite the same. And it creates, it's just a little bit more disconnected. So instead of just playing a major chord as a minor chord, this time we're taking it a little bit further, creating a little bit more uneasiness. Now here, we want to move down another minor third. We're just going to keep moving down in minor thirds. So from here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to build our chord on the F sharp. Now this is where things get a little bit more complicated. You might not be used to this, but work it out. We've got our F sharp, okay, upper minor third, normal A, upper major third, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So that's our third chord, F sharp minor. So from the beginning, I'll play it here. So we've got this, and then we've got A minor, F sharp minor. Now immediately that just like, you just don't expect it. It just sounds a bit weird. And now we'll move down another minor third. So 1, 2, 3. So that's the E flat major here. Build our minor chord. 1, 2, 3. And build our minor third, major third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we've got our E flat minor chord. So that's a 4 chord sequence that you can cycle around, because if you notice now, we'll use a minor third back to 1, 2, 3, we're back to our C. So that's a 4 chord cycle, which just keeps repeating over and over again. So it sounds like this. Okay, now once you've got used to those chords, there's a few different ways you can play it, just like before. So we can start moving, breaking those chords up. So that would sound like this. Okay. Another thing you can do is, just like before, we can move down in semitones in the left, so it sounds like this. Okay. So that's a really sort of strange chord sequence that you can play in a variety of different ways. So just like we were playing it down at the bass end of the piano, we can actually play it at the high end of the piano as well and give it a completely different kind of sound. Scary clowns spring to mind for some reason. Okay, so there's 3 things you can use there. First, we've got our Hitchcock chord. And then we've got our 2 chord progression. To create that uneasiness. And then lastly, we've got our 4 chord sequence running down in minor thirds. So have a go at all that, start scaring people, but you know the most important thing, just have some fun with it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that's given you a few ideas you can use this Halloween. Head to creativepianoacademy.com for my latest resource on learning the piano. At the time of this video, it's all about the best adult practice plan, so grab a copy of that. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.